Now we're given our iterative formula here and starting value x0 equaling 3.55, and we've got to work out the next three approximations, x1, x2, x3. So how do we do this? Well, using our calculator, the most efficient way that we can do this, and I've mentioned this in earlier tutorials, is just enter your starting value, which in this case is 3.55. So if we enter 3.55 into your calculator, and at that point just press the equals key, okay? Or you might have an enter key on your calculator. But if we press equals, this will enter the value into the calculator and it will be stored under this function here, ANS, which is the answer key. And then what you've got to do next is just clear the screen, just press AC, so that's obviously going to disappear. And we now need to enter this part of our iterative formula. So if you've got a fraction key, you could enter that then as 8 all over, and then we just enter 1 plus the natural log, and instead of this xn, we just press the answer key, and you should find you just get ANS written up there. If you haven't got a fraction key, then you might want to enter it in this form, 8 divided by, then you've got a bracket, 1 plus the natural log, and then you press the answer key, ANS, and then close the bracket again. And that's an alternative way of entering that. Now, once it's entered, all you've got to do now to get x1 is just simply press the equals key. When you press the equals key, this will disappear and it will display the next iteration, x1. In this case, it will display 3.528974, and there'll be other digits on the display depending on how many digits your calculator can display. So it'll be something like that. Now we're told in this question then to give our answers to 3 decimal places, so that's going to be 3.529 to 3 dp. Now to get x2, the third approximation in our sequence here, all we need to do is press equals again. Press equals again, that disappears, and you'll find you get 3.538246, and so on, okay? And rounding that to 3 decimal places is going to give you 3.538. So that'll be to 3 dp. Dead easy this. And obviously now to get x3, all we've got to do is press equals again. So that will disappear, and on your display you should find you get 3.53414, and so on. So that's to 3 decimal places is 3.534. Alright, that's simple. That's how you do it.